The best song from a movie for me has to be, hands down, it's got to be Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Wizard of Oz, obviously. I think it's 1939, Judy Garland. Amazing song, so amazing. Kind of takes you on this magical journey, really kind of inspiring, and to prove that it's an amazing song, to prove it's, you know, that it's the GOAT of all movie songs. It gets used so many times. How many different films has got Somewhere Over the Rainbow in it? Sorry, sorry about this. The scene in Face Off where Castor Troy and Sasha kind of put the headphones on the little son Adam, and then it starts off playing, like, because they're trying to block out the sounds of the gun, you know, the gun shooting and all of that, and then like all you see is like the movie and all these guns like choo 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 choo, pow pow pow, but in the background they're playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Now, that's classic. It's a classic. It's almost like if you really want to portray emotion and, you know, get people's hearts going, you use Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
This one I found pretty easy to answer because this is just one of my favourite songs kind of generally, and that's Eye of the Sparrow from Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, 1993. It's sung by Tanya Blount and Lauryn Hill. This is just one of my favourite songs anyway. It is a very powerful song and it's got so much meaning. It's sung beautifully and it's absolutely timeless. And when it is sung in the film, I really like the scene where it's kind of a turning point in the movie itself.
Greatest soundtrack for me is another Tarantino classic, Jackie Brown, and it's 110th Street by Bobby Womack. When she struts to that song, I just love it. I just want to put some heels on and strut. Best feel-good music ever.
So, again, back to Moulin Rouge. Moulin Rouge, the whole soundtrack is amazing, but my favourite song is Come What May. Or my other favourite film, again, romantic, Christina Perri. She's got a song that she says, how does it go? I have waited for you. Love has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. It's a beautiful song. And in the video, she's got candles everywhere. And it's just like, oh, I love her.
My favourite piece of music from a soundtrack, normally it would be something from Kevin and Perry because I'm a raver, but if you leave that to one side because it's probably not everyone's cup of tea, I went with Now We Are Free, which is the score for Gladiator. I think that's an amazing piece of music and has always made the hairs on my arms stand up, so I'll go with that one.
My favourite song from a movie is probably My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. It's just a classic, it never gets old. You can listen to it all day, every day.
Well, I would like to say Sexual Chocolate, but I'm not going to. Any song from Coming to America, but no. I think it is Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith, as it's just a classic song and I love it. I did want it as my wedding song, but Pete won on that one and we didn't have it, but I do love that one.
Greatest song from a film, Kiss from a Rose from Seal, from the Batman Forever soundtrack. Batman Forever was terrible, but Kiss from a Rose was fantastic. Great song, I love this song. Probably the best thing about the film overall. It's just unfortunately gotta wait till the end and the credits to hear it. Slightly perturbed. I heard recently that the film was inspired by cocaine use, which actually makes sense when you listen to the lyrics, which is kind of scary. But yeah, it's a great love song, fantastic song, terrible film.
Song from a soundtrack, it's going to have to be Berlin, Take My Breath Away. Try having that on without singing it at the top of your lungs. And also, come on, Top Gun is amazing.
I'm gonna go with the 1917. It's an incredible war film, and there's just something about the soundtrack that gives me peace. I don't know, like, I write as well myself, so sometimes I write to the soundtrack, like it's bare calming.
Now, this isn't so famous, but it was in fact the Oscar winner in 2007 for Best Original Song, so it's by no means obscure. It's a song called Falling Slowly from a film called Once, which is one of my favourite films of all time. It's a low-budget musical set in Dublin about two struggling buskers. It's a really beautiful, sort of folky love song about unrequited love. I think part of why it's so great is that the film actually stars two non-actors. It stars the two musicians who actually wrote and performed these songs in the film, and they just put so much passion and love into it. It's a really beautiful song. I can't recommend it enough. Watch the film. The whole music is great.
Okay, well, I've cut this down to 3, okay? And I'll choose one probably while I'm on camera here now. First one, Hakuna Matata from The Lion King. Now, I don't care if you're young or old, you hear that and you're singing. Second one, once again, I'm very biased with this because I'm the biggest fan of Prince. Purple Rain from the movie Purple Rain. That song, you hear that, I'm not gonna lie to you, I start swaying side to side. I just go and find something purple to put on, okay? It's tremendous. However, the third one, the one that I'm actually going to choose for today is...
It's my personal favorite.
Stealers Wheel, Stuck in the Middle with You, from the movie Reservoir Dogs. Now, I'm sure true movie fans have seen that movie over and over and over again. And the theme that it comes from is when Mr. Blonde, dancing ever so coolly, dancing like myself by the way, is torturing the police officer on the chair, and he cuts off a piece of his anatomy. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. I mean, the way that Mr. Blonde goes about doing this, how cool he is, the suave, singing at the same time, dancing at the same time, while committing unspeakable acts. It's amazing. And the song itself, oh, tremendous. Every time I see it, I get up and I do the Mr. Blonde dance. I just don't cut somebody's anatomy off, that's all. But every time I hear that movie, it brings me directly back to that specific scene, and just how much I enjoyed it, how, as vulgar as it may be, it says a lot. So for me, Stealers Wheel, Stuck in the Middle with You from Reservoir Dogs.